Hey everyone, I'm Florence, a 28-year-old nurse with a story that's wilder than you can imagine. So there I was pulling double shifts at the hospital, trying to make ends meet while also looking after my grandparents. They're the kindest souls, always there for me. Florence, honey, you work too hard, Grandma would say, patting my hand. I'd just smile. Someone's got to do it, Grandma. Meanwhile, my sister Megan, the total opposite, hasn't held a job in years and has been living off our parents. Why can't you be more like Florence? Dad would grumble at her. Mom always tried to defend her. Now, dear, I'm sure Megan's trying her best. Yeah, right, trying her best at spending their money. One day at the hospital, I got some incredible news. Congrats, Florence, you've been promoted to head nurse. My boss was beaming. I couldn't believe it. I called my boyfriend Jake right away. That's amazing, Flo. We should celebrate, he said. But life loves throwing curveballs. Just a week later, Grandpa's health took a sudden turn for the worse. I spent every free moment at their place, caring for both of them. You're an angel, Florence, Grandpa whispered, squeezing my hand. It was hard, but there was no question. I was exactly where I needed to be. As for Megan, she was nowhere to be found. Have you heard from your sister? I asked Mom one day. She sighed. She said she's busy. Job hunting. Yeah, I knew exactly how that went. Then the day came that I dreaded. Grandma called me, her voice shaky. Florence, it's Grandpa. He's gone. The world stopped. I rushed over, holding Grandma as she cried. The following days were a blur, funeral arrangements, endless tears. Just as we were starting to come to terms with losing Grandpa, Grandma passed away too, like she couldn't bear to live without him. The funeral was a somber affair. I stood there feeling empty as people came to offer their condolences. Megan showed up late, reeking of alcohol. Nice of you to grace us with your presence, I muttered. She shot me a glare. Not all of us can be Little Miss Perfect, Florence. I bit my tongue. Before I could say anything, the lawyer called us in for the reading of the will. I wasn't expecting much, maybe some family photos or Grandma's recipe book. But then the lawyer dropped a bombshell. To our beloved granddaughter Florence, we leave our house. My jaw dropped. The house I'd grown up visiting, full of memories. I looked over at Megan, expecting shock, but her face was twisted with anger. She stormed out before the reading even finished. Megan, wait. I called after her. I found her outside, furiously typing on her phone. Megan, I know this is a surprise. We can figure something out. She cut me off. Save it, Florence. You were always the favorite. As she stomped away, I saw her whispering into her phone. Tyler? Yeah, it's me. We need to talk. Now, I had a sinking feeling that this inheritance was going to cause more trouble than I could imagine. That night, as I sat in my apartment surrounded by old photos of Grandma and Grandpa, I couldn't shake the feeling that a storm was brewing, and I had no idea just how bad things were about to get. Jake called, pulling me from my thoughts. How you holding up, Flo? I sighed. I don't have Jay. Something just doesn't feel right. What do you mean? It's Megan. The way she reacted to the will. I have a bad feeling about this. Little did I know, my instincts were dead on. The next few months would turn my world upside down. In the weeks after the funeral, I tried to include Megan in the house plans, hoping it would bring us closer. Hey Meg, want to help me go through Grandma's things this weekend? I asked. Can't. Busy, she replied, not even looking up from her phone. I sighed. Come on, it could be fun. We might find some old childhood memories. She finally looked up, her eyes cold. Fun? Going through dead people's junk? No thanks. Her words stung, but I tried to brush it off. As I spent more time at the house, strange things started happening. Grandpa's watch disappeared from the dresser. Grandma's jewelry box was mysteriously empty. Then, one day, I walked in to find a stranger in the living room. Can I help you? I asked, startled. The man looked equally surprised. Oh, Megan said I could look around. I'm interested in buying. My blood ran cold. Buying? This house isn't for sale. After you left, I confronted Megan. What the hell, Meg? You're trying to sell the house behind my back. It's not fair, she exploded. You get everything, your promotion, your boyfriend, and now the house. What about me? This isn't about you, I shouted back. It's about honoring Grandma and Grandpa's wishes. She stormed out, slamming the door so hard a picture fell off the wall. A few days later, I overheard a conversation in the backyard. I crept closer, recognizing Megan's voice, along with Tyler's. "We need to move fast," Tyler was saying, "before she figures out what's happening." Megan sounded desperate. I know, but how? She's always here. Leave that to me. I've got connections. We'll get this place sold and split the cash before she knows what hit her." I felt sick. How could Megan do this? Determined to get to the bottom of things, I started digging. What I found shocked me: unpaid bills, loan shark threats, casino debts. Megan was in deep, and I had no idea just how far she was willing to go to get herself out. But nothing could have prepared me for what I found next. Buried in a stack of papers on Grandpa's desk was a document that transferred ownership of the house, with my forged signature. My hands trembled as I held the paper. This wasn't just Megan being resentful. This was criminal. As the weight of Megan's betrayal sank in, a flood of emotions hit me: anger, heartbreak, disbelief. How had it come to this? My own sister, willing to steal and lie to get what she wanted. I sat in Grandma's old rocking chair, the forged document in my lap, and tried to figure out my next move. One thing was clear: this was war, and I wasn't about to let Megan win. This wasn't just about the house anymore. It was about stopping Megan before she dug herself into a hole too deep to escape. My first stop was Jake's place. I laid everything out in front of him: the forged document, the strange behavior, everything I'd uncovered. "Geez, Flo, this is serious," Jake said, wide-eyed. "What are you going to do?" "I need proof. Solid, undeniable proof." That's when I remembered Sarah, a family friend and lawyer. She'd know what to do. "Florence, this is a delicate situation," Sarah warned. "We need to be smart about how we approach this." With her advice, I set up hidden cameras around the house. It felt invasive, but I had no other options. Days passed, and the cameras captured plenty: Megan and Tyler snooping through drawers, making calls to potential buyers. But the real bombshell came when I overheard a conversation that made my blood run cold. "The sharks are getting impatient, Meg," Tyler hissed. "We need to sell this place fast, or we're both dead." Megan sounded panicked. I know, but Florence is always around. We need to get her out of the picture." I felt sick. This was worse than I had imagined. Desperate to protect what was left of our family, I started digging into Tyler's background. What I found was a rap sheet that seemed never-ending: fraud, theft, connections to local loan sharks. Megan had gotten involved with a real criminal, and I had to find a way to stop them. That's when an idea hit me. "Jake, how's your acting?" I asked. We set up a fake meeting with Jake posing as a potential buyer. I watched through the cameras as Megan and Tyler took the bait: hook, line, and sinker. "Yeah, we can close the deal fast," Tyler assured Jake. "The current owner won't be a problem." Megan chimed in: "We've got ways of persuading her." I had everything I needed. It was time to face the music. Showing the evidence to my parents was one of the hardest things I'd ever done. Mom burst into tears, and Dad went silent. "This can't be true," Mom sobbed. "Not our Megan." Dad shook his head, disbelief etched into his face. "There must be some mistake." "I'm sorry," I said, my heart breaking for them. "But it's all true. And if we don't stop her now, she could end up in real danger." Leaving my parents' house, the weight of what I had to do next pressed heavily on my shoulders. It was time to expose Megan's scheme. No more secrets, no more lies. I picked up my phone, my hand shaking slightly as I dialed Sarah. "It's Florence. I'm ready to go public with everything." This was it. No turning back now. Whatever happened next, nothing would ever be the same. I called a family meeting at my parents' house, my heart pounding as everyone gathered. Megan waltzed in late, looking annoyed. "What's this about, Florence?" "Some of us have lives, you know." I took a deep breath. "It's about the house, Megan, and your plans to sell it." Her face paled, but she quickly masked it with an irritated scowl. "What are you talking about? You're the one who inherited it." I laid out the evidence one by one: the forged documents, the hidden camera footage, the recordings of her and Tyler's conversations. Megan's eyes darted around the room, searching for an escape. "This is ridiculous. You're making all this up because you're jealous." Mom gasped. "Megan, how could you?" "It's not true," Megan shouted. "Florence is lying." That's when Tyler barged in, his face twisted with rage. "Meg, we gotta go. Now." Seeing everyone gathered, Tyler's anger shifted. He grabbed Megan's arm roughly. "You little snitch," he snarled at me. "You have no idea who you're messing with." Dad shot up, his face red with fury. "Get your hands off my daughter." As if on cue, the police entered. Sarah had tipped them off about Tyler's outstanding warrants. "Tyler Johnson, you're under arrest for fraud and extortion," the officer announced, placing him in handcuffs. As they led Tyler away, Megan collapsed, sobbing. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for it to go this far. The gambling. I couldn't stop." The truth came pouring out, the massive debts, the threats from loan sharks, the desperate plan to sell the house. Mom was inconsolable, and Dad looked shell-shocked. "Why didn't you come to us for help?" Dad asked. Megan just shook her head, unable to speak. The next few days were a blur. Word got out about Megan's debts, and she fled town to escape the loan sharks. Meanwhile, I made a decision. "I'm selling the house," I announced to my parents. "But honey, it's your inheritance," Mom protested. I shook my head. "It's tainted now. Besides, the money can help you guys recover from everything." Dad's eyes welled up with tears. "Florence, we're so sorry. We should have seen what was happening." "It's okay, Dad. We all missed it." As the dust settled, things began to look up. The house sold quickly, and I used part of the money to help my parents get back on their feet. The rest went toward furthering my career. I enrolled in a specialized nursing program I'd always dreamed of. 1 year later, life looked very different. I was thriving at work, recently engaged to Jake, and my relationship with my parents had never been stronger. "We're so proud of you, Florence," Mom said over dinner one night. "You've been our rock through all of this." Dad nodded. "We can't thank you enough for everything you've done." As for Megan, last I heard, she was working a minimum wage job in another state, still trying to pay off her debts. Part of me felt sorry for her, but a bigger part knew she was finally facing the consequences of her actions. Now I have a question for you. If you were in my shoes, would you have cut all ties with Megan, or would you have tried to help her recover from her addiction and past mistakes? Is there a point where family loyalty should end? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective could help others facing similar family dilemmas. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more real-life drama and family conflict stories. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.